Hello students, welcome back to our online session number 4. In the previous 3 sessions, I have taught you what are linear equations and how to find solution of simultaneous linear equation in two variables by using different methods. If you remember, we have already learned graphical method and Cramer's rule, etc. Now, today in this session, I'll teach you something related to how to reduce a equation in linear form. Means the equations which are not in a linear equation form, but those equations which can be reduced in this form. Let me read from here. If equations are not linear, we can create new equations which will be in linear by making proper changes in given variable. Let us start with the first sum of the exercise. The question is solve the simultaneous equation. It is 2 upon x minus 3 upon y is equal to 15, and second equation is 8 upon x plus 5 upon y is equal to 77. Now what we have to do is we will give a proper substitution to it. Why? So that this equation reduces to standard form. This is what we are going to learn in this exercise, that how to reduce a given equation in standard form of linear equations. Now to reduce this, as you can see, this is 2 upon x. 2 upon x is nothing but 2 into 1 upon x. Similarly, 3 upon y is nothing but 3 into 1 upon y. So in order to reduce this to standard form, what we will do? We will give a substitution for 1 upon x is equal to a and 1 upon y is equal to b. So now how this equation will reduce if I give substitution for 1 upon x as a and 1 upon y as b. This will reduce to 2 into 1 upon x, and 1 upon x is nothing but a. So we will get 2 into 1 upon x, that is 2a, and minus 3b. Why b? Because b is nothing but 1 upon y. So the first equation will be 2a minus 3b is equal to 15. Exactly same substitution you have to give to the next equation also. Now in this, it is 8 into 1 upon x, and 1 upon x is nothing but a. So this term will become 8 into a, that is 8a. Similarly, 5 upon y is nothing but 5 into 1 upon y, so this will become b. So it is 8a plus 5b is equal to 77. This is equation number 4. Now I have told you the first two equations to number them as equation number 1 and 2. After substituting what we get, those two equations will be numbered as 3 and 4. So here we have these two equations. Now how to solve it? Look at it. The coefficients of a term is different. Coefficient of b term is also different. Now which one to equate? To equate, it's better that I bring 8 here in equation number 1, so that 8 terms become same. Now how to get that 8? We have to multiply equation number 3 by 4. Now what will happen with that? When I multiply equation number 3 by 4, this equation by 4, we will get 2 into 4, that is 8a, 3 into 4, that is 12b, and 15 into 4, that is 60. This is nothing but equation number 5. Number them properly. Now, equation number 5 and equation number 4, we have to simplify further. Now, how it is to be simplified? Look at these terms, 8a and 8a. These terms are similar. If these terms are similar, I should use the concept of same sign subtract. So, my next step is subtracting equation 5 from equation 4. Then what will happen? The equation 5 which is written down here, I have to change the sign of all these terms. I hope you remember that. So changing the sign, what we get is 8a minus 8a, which will get cancelled here, minus 5 plus 12, plus 5 plus 12, right? So what we will get here is 17b. Here it is plus sign. So plus 5, see this sign is plus, okay, plus 5 plus 12, that is 17b. So 17b is equal to 17, b is equal to 1. Substitute this b is equal to 1 in equation number 3 or equation number 4. Now whichever you find easy, you can substitute here. I am substituting it in equation number 3. So what we will get? 2 into a minus 3 into 1. From where we got this one? From here. That b is equal to 1. 3 into 1 is equal to 15. So 2a minus 3 is equal to 15. Therefore 2a will be equal to, shift this minus 3 to this side, it will become plus 3. So 2a is equal to 15 plus 3. 2a is equal to 18 and therefore a is equal to 9. We have got one of the variable a as 9. And other variable we have already found out that b is equal to 1. Now what? These were not the values that were asked in the question. Look at the question here. The question was having x and y terms. So we don't want the answer in terms of a and b. So what we will do? We will convert or resubstitute this and get the answer of x and y. So resubstituting the values of a and b. What was a? Go back here and see. A was 1 upon x. What was b? B was 1 upon y. This is what I will resubstitute. So a is equal to 1 upon x and 1 upon x will be equal to 9, as a is equal to 9. Similarly, b is equal to 1 upon y and that will be equal to 1 because b is equal to 1. Now we will get the value of x from here, from this part, as shift that x to that side and bring 9 down to the left hand side. So x will be equal to 1 upon 9. Similarly, automatically we are getting here y is equal to 1. So final answer here will be x is equal to 1 upon 9 and y is equal to 1 is the solution of this simultaneous equation. In this way, we can solve such equations which are not in standard form, but it can be reduced and brought in the standard form by giving proper substitution and then by resubstituting the values. So I hope you understood this sum. In this exercise, there are only 4 sums. So first I have already done for you. Next question I am not doing. I want you to try it on your own. Now we will go back to question number 3. Now let's see the third sum of the exercise. I have already solved it for you. As the solution of such questions are too lengthy, it is absolutely not difficult as we have already done such questions in the previous exercise. The only step which is different from those are, you have to first reduce this equation in linear form. So look at the question. 27 upon x minus 2 plus 31 upon y plus 3 is equal to 85. And 31 upon x minus 2 plus 27 upon y plus 3 is equal to 29. Looking at the question, the first thing that should come to your mind is, look at the coefficients, numbers which are written in the numerators. 27, 31, 80, 31 and 27. Aren't they same? The cross terms are same. So immediately it should strike you that we have to use a method of ASA. Before we use that, we will first reduce it in standard linear equations in 2 variables. So for that, what we have to do, we have to give a substitution for 1 upon x minus 2 as one of the variable and 1 upon y plus 3 as one of the other variable. Let us assume it as m and n in this. So if I assume m is equal to 1 upon x minus 2 and n is equal to 1 upon y plus 3, the given equation reduces to 27m plus 31n is equal to 85. That is my equation number 1. And 31m plus 27n is equal to 89. That is my equation number 2. Now, I hope you remember this. The cross terms are same. So I have got the 2 equations in standard form. What is now left is to use addition, subtraction and then addition again. So first step is adding these 2 equations. So when I add these 2, I get 58m plus 58n is equal to 174. As you can see, I know it is not easy to remember directly 58 table and I don't expect you to learn all such things. You can simplify it and see that 58 can be taken common as 174 is divisible by 58. So our next step will be dividing throughout by 58 and we get m plus n is equal to 3. As I am dividing 174 by 58, I get 3. Now put it as equation number 3. Next step is to subtract these two equations. One clue or hint, whatever you say, I just want you to remember that it is not necessary that equation number 1 should be taken above and equation number 2 should always be taken below while subtracting. You should be smart enough to understand which coefficient is greater. Accordingly, you take that equation first. So in this, as you can see, equation number 2, 31 is a number which is greater than 27, the coefficient of m. So I will better take equation number 2 above, that is 31m plus 27n is equal to 89, and equation number 1 below it, that is 27m plus 31n is equal to 85. The only reason why this is done, so that when we subtract, we don't get confused with the signs. So while subtracting, I hope you remember, the second equation, all signs have to be changed. So changing the sign, 27 will become minus 27, 31n will become minus 31n, and 85 will become minus 85. So first step, 31 minus 27 is 4m. Again, plus 27 minus 31 is minus 4. So we get minus 4n is equal to 89 minus 85 is 4. As you can see, the common factor is 4. So dividing throughout by 4, we get m minus n is equal to 1. You can take this as equation number 4. So now let's see equation number 3 and 4 we have got. The last step that is left is to add these two equations, 3 and 4. So add it. After adding, you can see plus n minus n gets eliminated. We get 2m is equal to 3 plus 1, that is 4. So m will be equal to 2. Substitute this m is equal to 2 in any of the equations, either 3 or 4, whichever you find easy. I have substituted in equation number 3. So after substitution, we get 2 plus n is equal to 3. Shift that to that side, you get n is equal to 1. But this is not the final answer. Do not get confused and leave the answer here only. You need to get the value of x and y. And that can be got after resubstitution. So resubstituting the values, m is equal to 1 upon x minus 2 and n is equal to 1 upon y plus 3. From where do we get this? From the first step that we have assumed. From there we are taking these values. So in the place of m, I will write 2. In the place of n, I will write 1. So we get 1 upon x minus 2 is equal to 2. Now cross multiplying it, 2 into x is 2x, 2 into 2 is 4. So we get 2x minus 4 is equal to 1. So x is equal to, shift that minus 4 to the right hand side, it becomes plus. So x is equal to 5 upon 2. Similarly for the other part, we have 1 upon y plus 3 is equal to 1. Here also you need to cross multiply. Any number multiplied by 1 is that same thing. So we get y plus 3 is equal to 1. Shift that plus 3 to the other side. It will become minus 3. So we have y is equal to 1 minus 3, which is nothing but y is equal to minus 2. Hence, the final answer is x is equal to 5 upon 2 and y is equal to minus 2 is the solution of this given equations. I hope this sum is understood to you. I have not told you anything extra in this. The only additional steps were substituting and giving a proper substitution. Remaining was ASA method that we have already learned. So let us see the next sum. The next sum is the fourth sum of this exercise. The question is 1 upon 3x plus y plus 1 upon 3x minus y is equal to 3 upon 4. This is my equation number 1. Second equation is 1 upon 2 into 3x plus y minus 1 upon 2 into 3x minus y is equal to minus 1 upon 8. Now what is the difference between this sum and the previous sums which we have done? The difference is quite obvious here. See, look at this. This 2 is outside 3x plus y, and here also this 2 is outside 3x minus y. So if you give a substitution for 1 upon 3x plus y as a and 1 upon 3x minus y as b, what do you think will happen to this 2 which is outside here? You have to remember that 2 which is there in the denominator is not to be taken up in the numerator. it is to be left down in the denominator itself. This is what is a thing to remember in this sum. Rest all the steps are same. This is the only reason why I have selected this sum, because in exam I have found out most of the time students do the mistake of taking this 2 up and writing 2a minus 2b. Be careful that it is down in the denominator. While giving substitution for 1 upon x, 1 upon 3x plus y as a and 1 upon 3x minus y as b, do not take this 2 up in the numerator. Okay, so let's start. I have numbered the equations as 1 and 2. Now look at the substitution. A is given the value as 1 upon 3x plus y and b for 1 upon 3x minus y. When I substitute this, what will happen to first equation? First equation, as you can see here, is not having any problem. This is 1 upon 3x plus y, which is equal to a, and this is 1 upon 3x minus y, which is equal to b. So the first equation will be a plus b is equal to, right hand side is 3 upon 4, that will be left as it is equal to 3 upon 4. Number it as equation number 3. Now second equation, when I give the substitution, I have already told you this, be careful about this 2. This 2 will not go up in the numerator, so it will be there in the denominator. So we get a upon 2 minus, same way this 2 is here, it will also not go up in the numerator, it will remain in the denominator. So we get b upon 2, and that is equal to minus 8. So this is our equation number 3 and this is our equation number 4. Now what is to be done? Now I have got a fraction here, as you can see here, 2 and 2 and that as 8. So our next step is to get rid of that fraction and to bring this equation number 4 in the standard form. So what we will do? We will multiply both the sides of equation number 4 by 2. Why by 2? Can you tell me? Think about it. It is to be done by 8. As I have told you, we have to take the LCM. Now here I am telling you why by 2, so that when I multiply by 2, this 8 will be converted into 4, and here also I can see 4. So adding and subtracting those fractions which are having like terms in the denominators is always easy. So that is the reason this equation is multiplied by 2. So what will happen to this? When I multiply this by 2, this 2 will get eliminated. This 2 will get eliminated. Same way this 2 will get eliminated. And here when I multiply it by 2, what will happen? This 2 ones are and this 2 fours are. So this is the way it will be cancelled. So the equation will reduce to a minus b is equal to minus 1 upon 4. Number it as equation number 5. Now look at this. I have got equation number 3 as a plus b is equal to 3 upon 4 and equation number 5 as a minus b is equal to minus 1 upon 4. Even though it is having fraction, it is not difficult because both the equations, the denominators are same. Okay, and it is having plus b and minus b. So I just have to add these two equations. Which equations? Equation number 3 and 5. Okay, so let's see. So by adding equation 3 and 5, what we get is plus b and minus b will get cancelled here, this term, and a plus a is nothing but 2a. 3 upon 4 minus 1 upon 4. Now this is what I was telling you, when denominators are same, numerators can be subtracted. So 3 minus 1 I can do and upon 4. So what we get here, 2a is equal to 2 upon 4. So now this 2 and 2 can be cancelled from this side. What is left is a is equal to 1 upon 4. This is the value of a that we have got. Now what is left is to substitute this a is equal to 1 upon 4 in equation number 3 or 5, wherever you find it easy. It's better that I substitute in equation number 3. So when I substitute, what do I get? Here is equation number 3. A plus b is equal to 3 upon 4 and a I have got as 1 upon 4. So substitute this 1 upon 4 here. 1 upon 4 plus b is equal to 3 upon 4. Next step will be to shift this 1 upon 4 here. It will become minus 1 upon 4. Now again the denominators are same. So 3 minus 1 upon 4, that is nothing but 2 upon 4, which can be reduced to 1 upon 2. So b is equal to 1 upon 2 and a I have already got as 1 upon 4. Now next step will be, of course, resubstituting the values. Now resubstituting the values of a and b. A was 1 upon 3x plus y and b was 1 upon 3x minus y. These are the places where I will resubstitute in fact the values as 1 upon 4 and 1 upon 2. So what we will get here, this you concentrate now. I have to cross multiply. 4 into 1 is 4 and 1 into 3x plus y is 3x plus y. So I am going to get again one more equation here, that is 3x plus y is equal to 4. Number it properly as equation number 6. Same thing is to be done with this term. Cross multiplying, what we will get is 3x minus y is equal to 2. That is equation number 7. Now what is left is to equate this equation number 6. In fact, solve this equation number 6 and equation number 7. Plus y and minus y, these terms can get eliminated if we simply add these two equations. So our next step will be adding equation number 6 and 7. So when I add this, what will happen? Plus y and minus y will get eliminated. 3x plus 3x is nothing but 6x and 4 plus 2 is nothing but 6. So x will be equal to 1. This is the first part of the answer, that is x is equal to 1. Now substitute x is equal to 1 in equation number 6 or 7, wherever you find easy. I have substituted here in equation number 6. So 3 into 1 plus y is equal to 4. So 3 plus y is equal to 4. Shift that 3 to that side, y is equal to 1. So final answer will be whatever values of x you have got and what value of y you have got. So x comma y, that is 1 comma 1 is the solution of this simultaneous linear equations. I know this is very lengthy sum, but if you do it stepwise, you should be able to do it. So these are the steps to be followed: substituting, resubstituting, and then getting the final answer. The next sum is an additional sum. Additional sum means a sum which is not there directly in the textbook. It is an extra question. I have purposely taken a sum like this so that you get a practice of applying the knowledge whatever you have learned in the practice set. If you remember a paper pattern, question number 4 is having such questions which will not be directly from the textbook, but it will be based on application of the skills that you are learning. So let us see this sum. The question is, solve the pair of equations by reducing them to a pair of linear equation. Now first I have to reduce this and then I have to solve it. Let me read the question. 2 upon root x plus 3 upon root y is equal to 2 and 4 upon root x minus 9 upon root y is equal to minus 1. Looking at this, I bet many will think that it is extremely difficult having root sign and all. Trust me, it is not. I'll make it easy for you. And if you have understood whatever we have done till now, you yourself will get the correct answer. Let's see. Our first step was to give a proper substitution. Now in this, I hope you understand that I have to give a substitution for 1 upon root x and 1 upon root y. So let us substitute it as a and b. After substituting, the equation reduces to, first equation will reduce to 2a plus 3b is equal to 2. Number it as equation number 1. Similarly, second equation will be 4a minus 9b is equal to minus 1. Now how to simplify this? Look at equation number 1. It is having 3b term here and equation number 2 is having 9b term. That too with a plus and minus sign. Let us equate that, and it can be done if I multiply equation number 1 by 3. We will get, multiply equation number 1 by 3, it will be 3 2s are 6a and 3 3s are 9b is equal to, again 2 into 3 is 6. So we get 6a plus 9b is equal to 6, put it as equation number 3. As you can see, equation number 3 is 6a plus 9b is equal to 6, which is having plus 9b, and equation number 2 is having minus 9b, and this can be eliminated only when we add these two equations. So our next step is adding equation number 2 and 3. So 4a minus 9b is equal to minus 1 plus 6a plus 9b is equal to 6. So on adding this, minus 9b and plus 9b will get cancelled. We get 4 plus 6, that is 10a is equal to 1 plus 6 minus 1 plus 6, that is 5. So 10a is equal to 5, where a can be written as 5 upon 10. It is not 10 upon 5 where you will write a is equal to 2. Be very careful while dividing. Shift that term which is along with the variable to the other side, and so 10 will be shifted to the other side, not 5. So it will be 5 upon 10, that is equal to 1 upon 2. Now one of the variable we have got, we want the value of the other variable. So in order to get the value of other variable, we will substitute this in equation number 1. You can substitute anywhere, wherever you find easy, in equation 1 or equation 2. So I am substituting it in equation number 1. So 2 into 1 upon 2 plus 3b is equal to 2. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. What is left is 1 plus 3b is equal to 2. So from here 3b will be equal to 2 minus 1. 3b is equal to 1. Therefore b will be equal to again 1 upon 3. It is not 3. 3 is getting shifted to the other side where it is dividing. So please don't do the mistake of writing b is equal to 3. It is b is equal to 1 upon 3. But a and b were not the variables that we were supposed to find out. We are supposed to find out the variable x and y. How we will get that? By resubstituting the values. So again going back to the first part of the sum where we have assumed, from there we get 1 upon root x is equal to a and 1 upon root y is equal to b. Now in place of a and b, we will substitute the values which we have just now got. So a is 1 upon 2 and b is 1 upon 3. You can see here, if I cross multiply, I get root x into 1 is root x and 1 into 2 is 2. So root x is equal to 2. Same way on the other side, root y is equal to 3. But the question asked was to solve and get the value of x and y. I don't want the answer in the form root x and root y. So in order to get rid of the root, we will square. So squaring on both sides. So root x the whole square will become x and 2 the whole square will become 4. Similarly, root y the whole square will become y and 3 the whole square will become 9. So as you can see, we got the two answers as x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 9. Hence, the final answer is the solution of the given simultaneous equation is 4, 9. I hope you understood this. It looked very difficult, but you will agree with me that this was very easy sum. So with this, we come to an end of exercise practice set 1.4. Now only one sum of the practice set I have not done, which you will do as assignment. Now we come to the last part, that is assignment questions. So here are your questions. You need to do these two sums. As the sums are lengthy, I have not included many sums, but I sincerely want you to do all these sums as practice. Whichever sum you have doubt, you might ask us whenever we resume back in school. So the first question is, both the questions have to be are solved equations. So first question is 1 upon x plus 1 upon y is equal to 8. Second equation is 4 upon x minus 2 upon y is equal to 2. I hope everybody has understood that you have to reduce this by taking proper substitution of 1 upon x as say a and 1 upon y as b. You will get two simultaneous equations, solve those, resubstitute and get the answer. Similarly, the second one, I'll just read out for you if it is not clear. 8 upon 3x minus 2 plus 45 upon 4y plus 3 is equal to 5. Equation 1. Same way, 12 upon 3x minus 2 minus 30 upon 4y plus 3 is equal to 1. This is equation 2. Now purposely I have taken quite bigger numbers as you can see in the numerator. Now you think how LCM has to be taken and the coefficients have to be equated. So I hope you will be able to do this. With this, we come to an end of our session number 4. I hope you have understood everything. We will meet in the next session with the last exercise, that is 1.5. Thank you.